Okay, Baruch Hashem, here we are on a beautiful Tuesday here in Yerushalayim, the house of Maran Rav Yosef, and we are approaching, as we know, less than 2 weeks away from the holy days of Chanukah, the days that are darkness triumphant over, wanted to take over the light of Baruch Hashem, the light of the Torah of Torah Shebal Peh took over, and Baruch Hashem, here we are today because of the Torah that our forefathers did not give into all the Goyish atmosphere that was going on around them, Hellenism and all the Goyish things that they were trying to come and bring into the Jewish sector. Although they succeeded in a very, very deep level, so much so that our sages tell us there was only 1,000 families left that stayed true to the Torah way of life, meaning that most of the Jews were assimilated. But Baruch Hashem, the Koach of Torah brought us back. But what does this have to do with the Parsha and the Zohar? So we have to go a little bit back and look at the Parsha and see that the fight that we had in Chanukah, it actually started with Yaakov Avinu. Abraham, Isaac, but especially Yaakov Avinu. The remez is, everybody says, that he went back to get the Pachim Ktanim. What was special about going back and getting the Pachim Ktanim? The little jars of oil. And our sages tell us that was the oil that was found in Chanukah. And that's why he went back. He saw with Ruach HaKodesh that there's going to be a fight of light against darkness, Torah against all the evil in the world. So he had to go back and do Mesad Nefesh to get it. But specifically in the Pesukim of the Torah, we started talking about this a little bit last week, how Esav and running away from Lavan, Yaakov and all his family, Baruch Hashem, they ran away. But now they're coming into the territory of Esav. And Uncle Esav is coming as a brother and a loving uncle to hug them and kiss them and to show that he wants to be their Shomer Rosh. He wants to be their bodyguard. I'm here to protect you. But in effect, what is he trying to do? He's trying to put the poison of heresy and hypocrisy and everything that's non-Torah into Yaakov, into his family. By Yaakov, he didn't succeed because he fought with the angel of Esav and Yaakov succeeded. But he hit Yaakov in the place where children comes out. He went for the kids. He went for the toddlers. Yaakov Avinu comes with all his family, and Esav comes and he wants to look at the wives and the kids. Yosef's heroics. He stands in front of Rahel, doesn't let him, but still Esav is trying to get to the kids. He says, come on, let's be together. We're family. So Yaakov Avinu, who knows who's dealing with over years, no, thank you, please. You go ahead, we'll catch up to you. We'll meet up in family parties, what have you, to try to get him away. But Esav is not a fool. He's like, no, but come on. After 34 years, let's be family. I'm here. Uncle Esav, Uncle Sam, as we call him today, throwing candies. I'm here for you. Yaakov already said in his prayer, Hatzilena miyad achi, miyad Esav. Save me from any form of way my brother comes to try to attack me, as a friend or as an enemy, as Ishmael or as Esav. So what did he say? Okay, I'll go away, but let me leave some of my people with you to protect you. Let me leave some iPhones for the kids without any locks. Let me leave some of my Goyish clothing from Paris and New York. For the girls, let me give you some beautiful dresses that are open, shaitos that go and you could, clean the streets with. Let me give your kids. Give me your kids. I can't get you, but give me your kids. Baruch Hashem, we know the story that went on, that he threw Esav away. Esav ran away. And even if he wanted to come back, Hashem made a miracle. There was a Kfisat HaDerech, and he found himself the next day in Saudi Arabia or close to Italy and not in Israel. Okay, that's where we left off last time. But we see the poison of Lavan and Esav still hovering around the kids. When it comes to Shechem, Shechem is the word for Shem Kevod Malchuto. This is a place where Yaakov Avinu, when he came there, he saw the nitzosot, all the purity that's supposed to come out of there. But unfortunately, what happened, there was a pancher. What happened with Dinah, with Yaakov's daughter, we're not going to get into it right now, but afterwards, when the Yaakov's children go and they want to get all the stuff out, they find a lot of things in there that are not the ways of the Torah. So what does Yaakov Avinu tell them? Vayomer Yaakov el beito. I'll translate in a second. Hasiru et Elohei hanechar asher betochachem. V'itaharu v'echlifu samletechem. We're talking about the children of Yaakov, pure 12 tribes. Miriam wasn't born yet. What happened here? They went to Shechem, modern day in San Francisco, with all the immorality. Of course, they went in there in order to get their sister out. But the environment affects the person. When they came out, they brought some stuff with them. It's a pasuk in the Torah. You can't run away from it. They were affected. So what does Yaakov Avinu tell them? In order for us to stay Jewish, we have to do two things. Move away Elohei hanechar asher betochachem. Move away the gods that are foreign to the Torah from your heart. All the philosophy that you saw in Shechem, all the garbage that you learned from Lavan and what Esau was trying to do, get it out of your head, get it out of your heart. Because we're going to see in this parsha, Haborek Ein Bo Mayim, that the board that they threw Yosef in there, it was empty. There was no water. But our sages tell us, what if there's no water if it was empty? It was empty, but it was full of serpents and scorpions. Derech Musar, our sages tell us that if a person does not have Torah in his bore, in his head, it's full of scorpions and snakes. All the garbage of philosophy and all the isms and the progressivism and open orthodoxy and all these garbage names that people are trying to come up with today in order to satisfy their desires. Oh, I'm really religious, Rabbi, but I'm trying to bring the Torah down to my level. I keep Shabbat. I have a pink kippah on my head with a rainbow on top. I'm still religious. No, that's Esav. That's Lavan, trying to influence our kids, putting their poison inside our heads. So first of all, Yaakov says, take the poison out of you. Make sure your heart is clean, your mind is clean, and there's no scorpions and no snakes in there. But that's not enough. You might say, okay, I'm clean my inside, but what about outside? The pasuk continues, V'yitaharu v'echlifu salmotechem. Take off your DKNY, Versace, what have you. Not that you shouldn't look good, you should. But if you're wearing it because this is the latest thing that's in there, I want to look like that star in the basketball, I want to look like that football player or that super model over there. No, that's not the Jewish way. It's not enough to get the garbage out of your heart and your head. What you look like outside. Are you walking out with ripped jeans? Are you walking around with the earrings, which we see the next pasuk? V'tenu et Yaakov et kol Elohei hanechar asher biyadam v'et hanezamim asher boznehem. They had gone so far to put in earrings in their noses. If this could happen to Yaakov's sons, Baruch Hashem, they did tshuva right away. They took it off and they stayed pure. But if this could happen to Bnei Yaakov, what are we supposed to say? You expect to live in a place that there's no Bet Yaakov, there's no shul, there's no Talmud Torah, and stay pure? You're going to come out as a Lavan. You're going to come out as an Esav. You're going to come out as Shechem. If the Bnei Yaakov almost fell, what are we supposed to say? And this is the message going into Chanukah, which we're going to get to soon. But we see, after they throw away all the garbage, they clean their minds and their hearts. No Hellenism, no reform, no conservative. They got all the isms out of the system and they changed their clothing to look proper, like a Jew. No ripped jeans, no what have you. What's the next pasuk say? Hashem gives them the bracha, Lo ikra shemcha od Yaakov, Kim Israel yeshemecha. You have upgraded from the Yaakov, which is the lower level, to Israel. Now you are considered my firstborn. You're in a different league now. You're royalty. But with that comes obligations. We mentioned this before. If you're a prince, you can't go and sit at a commoner's table and eat. There's no racism here. It's understood. A commoner does not expect the prince or princess to come and eat at the table. They look up to them. So we're going to look down on yourself with those ripped jeans and earrings? You're going to say yes to the Greeks? Then you never won. What are you celebrating Hanukkah for? Lighting those candles next to the tree on December 25th? No, let's be friends with everybody. That's what Esau wanted. Keep your Judaism. But come celebrate with me with the tree. I remember 20 years ago when I used to come back from school on Sunset Boulevard. There was beautiful houses, multi-million-dollar houses. And around Xmas time, Hanukkah time, I used to look at full of lights for. And there was one house that always won the glory. The house with the Star of David with a cross inside. That's Esau. That's Lavan. That's the Greeks beating the Jews. Not the other way around. But Yaakov Avinu was teaching us already, Baruch Hashem, if you put away all your garbage and get away from all the Goyish influences, your name will be uplifted to Israel. And not all, if not that, you could even be added to Pasuk, Pereo Rebe, Goy v'kahal goyim yeh mimecha melachim. You be considered royalty. But it depends on you. Are we going to follow in the steps of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, and learn from their kids to throw away everything when the time comes? Not to continue with our old ways? A lot of people come to Eretz Yisrael, Baruch Hashem, I always tell them that the year that you have over here, we didn't have in the past. The year that you come over here is going to change you for your life, but it depends on you. Are you going to go to all these places that are taking you out of Judaism? You're going to go with the Esavs and the Lavans? You're going to go to Shechem? Or you're going to stick to what your parents sent you here to do? Or sometimes without the parents' consent. But Hashem has brought you here. You're going to waste your year? Or you're going to build your future? You're going to become royal. You're going to become Yosef HaSadiq. Like we see in this week's Parsha. What led this person, 17-year-old, top of his might and height, good-looking person, no father, no mother, no friends to influence him, no school, no Beit Yaakov. What happened over here? How did he pass the test? Chazal tell us that he always had the image of his father in front of him. The Rivkah Miller also says, if you want to pass a test, make sure you have somebody in front of you that you always respect. A rabbi that you know. Your father image, your mother image. And with that, Yosef HaSadiq stayed a Sadiq. But if your super image is a basketball player or supermodel, then my friend, you just put a coffin on your own name. We have to follow like Yaakov, Yosef, and learn from the brothers of Yosef. To throw away our garbage. If there's iPhones, you need to put for your parnasa, whatever it is, to put a block on it. Change your clothing from Goyish clothing to Jewish clothing. And that way we could go into Hanukkah celebrating and lighting candles as royalty and not as chas v'shalom the other way around. Thank you.